Number 10. Dog ate my homework. In a shocking turn of events, a couple of dogs in the Philippines were recently caught literally eating the homework of a pair of sleeping students. There's the commonly known dog ate my homework excuse, only this time it was 100% real. Apparently, the two students fell asleep in the living room one night while they were studying together, and the young and pretty adorable puppies decided that they were feeling a bit hungry. A security camera captured the exact moment when the dogs began ripping up the homework and eating it. This was a rambunctious husky puppy and an energetic pug puppy that was not as tired as their humans, and the footage is absolutely hilarious. The husky swiped the homework off the nearby desk, but both dogs got to work ripping up the assignments, chewing on the books, and having a big old tug of war over important homework that was due to be handed in. Of course, there was nothing the students could do when they woke up and found their homework ripped to shreds and being digested inside their pets. Hopefully they were able to get this footage to their teacher, otherwise nobody would have believed them. Number 9. Python and the blanket. A team of veterinarians saved the life of a pet Burmese python after the stubborn animal swallowed a blanket whole. And yes, an actual blanket you would cuddle up on the couch with. The python's name was Aurora, and she was a whopping 52 pounds and 13 feet or 4 meters long. According to the report from Newsweek, the snake probably mistook the blanket for food while she was eating her rabbit dinner on top of it. She ate the rabbit and kept on going, swallowing the blanket all the way into her belly. By the time Aurora's owner realized what had happened, it was too late. She had to quickly rush the snake to Las Vegas Veterinarian Specialty Center for an emergency operation. Snakes are absolutely not able to digest fabrics, as they have a very specialized and specific digestive system. Vets were forced to perform a procedure known as an endoscopy to remove the blanket. The team of experienced veterinarians had to give the silly snake anesthetic, then insert a tube with a camera attached to the end of it deep into Aurora's stomach. Then they used a special type of grasping tool, almost like a long pair of tongs, to slowly pull the blanket out. The entire procedure took about 30 minutes, and when all was said and done, Aurora made a full recovery. Thank goodness for the vets that knew just what to do. Number 8. The dog and the baby. This next one is an extremely disturbing story, so brace yourselves. In Brooklyn, a dog recently ate a baby. That's right. A teenager apparently hid her unplanned pregnancy from her entire family, delivered the baby herself in secret, and then accidentally fed it to her dog? A neighbor called 911 after Lisa Small tossed her newborn baby into the yard behind her tenement building. The neighbor was horrified to walk outside and see the baby literally being eaten by a dog. According to Fire Lieutenant Dennis Murphy, who was the first responder on the scene, the pit bull/Rottweiler mix had eaten so much of the baby that at first, the emergency responders thought it was just a doll. But nope, it was an actual human baby. Lisa claimed the child was stillborn. She had just wanted to get rid of the evidence. Because of this, she didn't technically commit murder. Still, what kind of obscene maniac feeds a baby to their dog? The poor pooch was taken to a pound in Brooklyn, where hopefully someone with a bit more of a heart will adopt the poor pup and show it some love. What do you think of this story? Do you think the teenager was lying to get away with murder? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more videos like these. Number 7. The giant furball. Ginger, the very fluffy cat, was believed to have a giant tumor inside of her stomach. There was a huge lump that frightened her owner and prompted a swift visit to the vet. However, it turned out that Ginger the cat was cleaning herself a little too often. After ultrasounds and x-rays were done, veterinarians were absolutely appalled to discover a massive furball inside of her stomach. That was the size of 2 cricket balls and weighed as much as 2 of the heaviest iPhones combined. The cat almost died because of this furball. The giant mass of hair expanded to fill Ginger's entire stomach, meaning that she was unable to eat because there was no room for the food to go. David Finnell from the Cromwell Vet Group said that the cat had not eaten for days because the furball had taken over her stomach cavity. After 40 years as a skilled veterinarian, it was the largest hairball he had ever seen. It was so big that everyone thought it was really a tumor. Luckily, the veterinarians were experienced professionals. They were able to get Ginger into surgery and remove the gargantuan mass of fur. Just one day later, Ginger, the fluffy cat, was back to full health and eating normally. Hopefully, she learned her lesson. Number 6, the cow hairball. Speaking of hairballs, did you know that cows also suffer from large masses of fur and hair stuck inside their stomachs? This is some pretty shocking information, but it is 100% true. And while a cat is able to puke up its own matted hair, cows don't really have that same ability. What this means is that if you were to cut open the stomach of an older cow, you would find a permanent clump of hair stuck inside one of its 4 stomachs. But here's the deal. Even though cows do have 4 stomachs to help their digestion, sometimes hairballs can become deadly to them. As the hairball grows larger, they can make whichever stomach they're sitting in non-functional. The hairball can block food from getting inside the stomach and being digested properly. Usually, the hairball isn't discovered in the body of the cow until it's already dead. The Ripley's Auditorium collection contains hundreds and hundreds of nasty cow hairballs, ranging in sizes from just a few inches to almost a foot in diameter. When Ripley's held a contest to find the largest hairball in the world, the winner sent one that weighed 10.5 pounds or 4.7 kilograms. But wait, it's not only cows that this happened to. Goats, sheep, and llamas can also develop hairballs that block their stomachs and become super dangerous for their health. Number 5, my dog ate my teeth. A pet Labrador recently needed to be rushed to the veterinarian after accidentally swallowing its owner's teeth. This is definitely one of the weirder things ever found in an animal's stomach. Apparently, the owner of the sneaky Labrador usually kept her false teeth in a safe place when not using them. But one day, she couldn't find her teeth. She looked everywhere, but they were nowhere to be seen. And then she noticed how guilty her dog was looking. Kai the Labrador had watched his owner searching for the dentures and started to sulk remorsefully around the house, as if he knew he had done something awful. It was pretty clear at this point that the dog had eaten her false teeth. Kai was taken to the vet, where the medical professionals gave the dog a special medicine to make him sick. After just a few minutes, Kai barfed up the stolen teeth. According to the workers from the animal hospital, this kind of thing is not at all that out of the ordinary. They said dogs eat all kinds of strange things, and they commonly remove items like socks, rocks, and even coins. However, they did say that teeth were a first for the pet hospital. Hopefully, this dog thinks twice next time before eating something that doesn't belong to him. Number 4, Jumbo the elephant. Jumbo, the biggest elephant in the world, was the first animal superstar and is often credited as being the inspiration for Disney's beloved classic Dumbo, the movie. Millions of people flocked to see him. Jumbo was born in 1860, somewhere close to the Ethiopian and Sudanese border. He was captured at the young age of 2, eventually transported to the Paris Zoo, and stayed there until he was given over to the London Zoo in 1865. He was a natural entertainer and a huge star. Even Winston Churchill and Theodore Roosevelt apparently rode on the social elephant's back when they were children. But of course, Jumbo was a wild animal and not very fond of living in zoos and performing for people. He used to hurl himself against the walls until he would break his tusks. This was before people realized how awful it was to keep animals in cages not nearly big enough and force them to do tricks. Jumbo was pretty miserable being locked up, and in the end, he died at the age of only 24 after getting hit by a train. The tragedy happened in Ontario, Canada in 1885, where the circus was taking place. Jumbo was the biggest attraction, by far. After the show one night, the animals were led back to their train cars, but to reach it they had to cross some train tracks, which were supposed to have been kept clear for the safety of the animals. Jumbo was the last one to cross. A freight train came out of nowhere, apparently, and struck Jumbo, killing him instantly. After Jumbo died, there were all kinds of strange objects found inside of his stomach. According to the Vintage News, Jumbo had English pennies, large metal rivets, random keys, and even a police whistle all inside of his stomach. It seemed that Jumbo had a taste for the unusual. Number 3. Labrador underwear thief. Veterinarians were shocked when they discovered 62 hairbands and 8 pairs of underwear and a bandage hidden inside the stomach of a hungry Labrador named Tiki. This happened in Pennsylvania, when the head technician at Good Shepherd's Veterinary Hospital took some x-rays of Tiki's stomach after the typical vomiting and diarrhea medicine didn't help with the pup's loss of appetite. The x-ray images revealed a huge clump inside the dog's stomach. It was clear the dog had been up to no good, and so Tiki was put into surgery. The huge assortment of items was pulled out of the dog's stomach over a period of about 2 hours, and afterwards, Tiki made a full recovery. But what's really crazy is how the dog's owner never noticed all the missing underwear. It's also a little strange that she never noticed Tiki gobbling up her hairbands either. Number 2. Goats and Christmas trees. Here's one a little off topic, but it's simply too amazing not to talk about. Did you know the best way to get rid of your Christmas tree is by feeding it to a goat? That's right, goats absolutely love Christmas trees. Rather than going through the hassle of taking your Christmas tree somewhere to get disposed of, or simply dumping it in your neighbor's yard, you can feed your tree to a goat. Goats love the needles on Christmas trees and will eat the entire thing in just minutes. According to Susan Ashley with the Laughing Goat Yoga Studio, the needles are great for the digestive systems of the goats. If there happens to be a goat yoga studio near you, it's a good idea to drop off your tree there next Christmas. Just make sure you don't leave any ornaments on the tree, or the goats will certainly eat those too. Number 1. The pooch and the face masks. An unfortunate dog recently required emergency surgery after eating a face mask designed to help prevent the spread of COVID-19. Apparently, the dog didn't get the memo about keeping the face mask over his nose and mouth. Instead, he ate the paper mask, and it became lodged inside of his digestive tract. This definitely doesn't seem like something that could kill a dog, but the mask created such a strong obstruction that emergency surgery was necessary to keep the dog from dying. Luckily, the surgery was a success, and the dog lived to bark another day. But the reason the dog ate the face mask in the first place is actually quite interesting. According to Dr. Laura Jones, a veterinarian working in the Philadelphia area, dogs usually eat clothing articles that smell like people, such as socks and underwear. And Labrador retrievers, in particular, are notorious for eating small items of clothing. Because the face mask probably smelled like the dog's owner, the dog decided it would be a delicious snack. Thanks for watching. What's the weirdest thing your pet has ever eaten? Let me know in the comments, and be sure to subscribe to the channel for even more amazing and shocking videos.